All right, recording? Yeah. Okay, cool. So recently I made a video about Sweetwater's huge mic shootout. Remember that video? It just so happens that I forgot about another website that dives even deeper into it. And there's a few extra things you can actually do in there if you're in the market for testing new microphones. So let's kind of start this video again. Are you looking for a new microphone and are you looking for a certain price bracket? Well, I'm going to show you a website that actually might just like help you out completely. Like you might find the microphone you've been looking for all this time. And the website is called Audio Test Kitchen, and it dives so deep into testing microphones in a way that I think is going to benefit you guys massively. If you can't get out there and test microphones like physically, you can actually see how they sound here. Now, there is a video online about Audio Test Kitchen and how they went about testing every single microphone, putting them in exact positions, laser correction, like making sure the capsules are set to the exact laser position for each microphone. They're all set to the exact same volumes. They're all recording the same source. And yeah, trust me. So what you're listening to here is an accurate representation of every single microphone. Bear that in mind. It's not some sort of weird AI generation. It's actually physical recordings of every single mic. So what we're about to do is actually listen to those mics individually. I'm excited, right? Let's dive in, right? So I'm just gonna pop this on the screen here, right? Let's go. Cool. So as you can see on the screen, I'm just move my microphone to make sure you guys can actually hear me correctly. We get a few options. Now, this isn't a full review of this software or this website, but I'm just gonna kind of show you guys how to use it and let you guys hit the ground running. So let's take away some of these microphones. How do we get rid of them? Let's put them in the cupboard for now because I'm not sure if I delete them, if they completely disappear. Yeah, so we've got the option here to pop 5 microphones into these slots, and then we have a mystery microphone if we wanna hear what that one sounds like. So if we go to the top of the screen here, we can press play on something. And I don't know if I'm gonna get any copyright, so I'm not gonna keep playing that, right? But what the best thing you could do is if you hit the down arrow, we can then go through every single instrument. Now, this is one thing to remember, right? What you're hearing here on a piano recorded by a different microphone. When you click on complete mix, you're listening to the piano that's been recorded through the specific microphone you selected. You're listening to the rap vocals through the specific microphone you selected. You're listening to the guitar. You get me? All the instruments you're hearing are recorded on that specific mic. So even if it's a vocal mic, they've recorded absolutely everything with just that microphone, even the drums and stuff like that, right? So bear that in mind here. That's why each mix may sound a little bit different when you're doing it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go on the rap vocals, and then we hit play.
Who won test? We licking off shots in the West. We make believers up.
Yeah, we can highlight that section there, and then we can make sure it's looped. So it's on loop at the moment. Switch that on. I hope you guys are following me and I'm not going too fast. I apologize. I'm one of those people that speaks a bit too fast, right? So I'm gonna try to slow it down. I don't want to lose you guys right now. So let's grab some microphones, but I think what we should do, right? Let's do this for beginners. You've just got your home studio setting up, or you're about to set up a home studio. You've got only a budget to spend and you don't want to spend over a certain amount of money. So what we can do is we can go to search the filter criteria and we can search microphones from $0 to $100 on there. We can select what type of microphones those are, if it's tube, FETs, whatever. And then whatever brands we want to choose as well. But let's just leave it to all right now. Let's just put all microphones in the range of $0 to $100. Yeah. Hit apply on that. As you can see, it hasn't gave us too many options. We've got a Audio Technica, an AT2020, SC Electronics, X1A, Shure SM57, SM58. I think out of all these, the SM57 is probably the most useful. And then there's a Sterling microphone, which I've actually never used or even came across one of those yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna increase the price a little bit more. I think we're gonna go to this range here. It'd be cool if you can kind of set your own bar, but let's do that. So we're going up to 500, right? Press OK on that. But let's try and keep the price up to a maximum of like two something, if we can, okay? So we can go over here, we can go price, low to high, and we can see what it starts with. So let's grab this condenser microphone. Let's grab a Shure SM57. What else have I used in the past and enjoyed? What have we got here? Got an AKG, got an MXL 770. Is the next one there? Does that bigger one? Okay, this is a little bit more expensive, right? But it's the NT1A. It's kind of legendary in the home studio world, so let's pop that in there as well. Just save up a little bit more. It'd be nice to get the Sontronics in there. Okay, we're boosting up a little bit, right? So let's have the Sontronics as our high-end microphone. We have our Rode as a next to high-end, and then we need one more in this field here. I was hoping that was going to be the MXL. Is it 990? I was hoping that would be in here, but I'm not seeing it right now. So the price of that might be a little bit too high. Just trying to think of what microphones. A Lewitt. There you go. Beautiful. All right, so this is actually a decent selection of choices that people will have as a home studio mic, you know what I mean, to use. So let's see. So first of all, let's listen to the vocals on, actually, you know what? No. Let's not do it that way. Let's not just sit here and know what we're listening to. We have the option to go into the blind mode here at the top, right? So let's click on blind mode. Boom. Now, it's automatically, as you can see, it's put it in some random order. We've got D, C, B, A, E. I can't even read. And then we've got a mystery mic, I think. I think it's locked, or we can unlock it. So now as we're listening through, we don't know. I don't know which microphone we've just got, right? So let's actually press play right now.
Who won test? We licking off.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the headphones in. Actually, no, you guys should be able to hear the audio anyway, right? Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. I'm just trying not to get a copyright strike, but I guess if it happens, it happens. Who cares? Right. So let's listen to D. Put your headphones on if you haven't got some already. Pop them on. I've got my studio monitors here, but I might actually grab a pair of headphones as well. Bear with me one moment. All right, cool. We've got headphones. And I think headphones is the best choice for this because you're going to be able to hear the audio source really close to the ear so you can make out the nuance or the little differences in each sound that we're going to be listening to. So let's pop these on. All right then, so let's take a listen to D. Oh, this is handy. I forgot to talk about this, all right? So what we can do is we can leave notes at the bottom here. So as you can see, we've got notes for D, notes for A or C or whatever it is. And then we can kind of write down here which we think is best. So I'll do that as we're going along. So let's take a listen.
Who won test? We licking off shots in the west. We make believers out the best. Lay the weak to rest. This Southern California ain't. Who won test? We licking off shots in the west. We make believers out the best. Lay the weak to rest. Who won test? We licking off shots in the west. We make believers out the best. Lay the weak to rest. Who won test? We licking off shots in the west. We make believers out the best. Lay the weak to rest. Who won test? We licking off shots in the west. We make believers. Who won test? Who won test? Who won test? Who won test?
Man, this is gonna be tough. Like, all these microphones sound like all these microphones. It sounds very close. So I'm gonna have to really tune in here and actually listen very, very close. So let's do that again.
We licking off shots in the. Who won test? We licking off shots in the west. We make believers out the best. Lay the weak to rest. Who won test? We licking off shots in the west. We make believers out the best. Lay the weak to rest. Who won test? We licking off shots in the west. We make believers out the best. Lay the weak to rest. This Southern California ain't no place like this. And after stuff y'all doing, we created this shit. So don't be sagging, young buck, in the presence of this. Don't even come from my city and you're running your lip. I'm about to make a call, get the news van out. Explain nutrition to you on how your crew ran out. We coming live. Who won test? We licking off shots in the west. We make believers out the best. Lay the weak to rest. The Southern Cal. Who won test? We licking off shots in the west. We make believers out the best. Lay the weak to rest. The Southern California ain't no place like this. And after stuff y'all doing, we created the shit. So don't be sagging, young buck, in the presence of this. Don't even come from my city and you're running your lip. I'm about to make a call, get the news van out. Explain nutrition to you on how your crew ran out. We coming live from the Trade 2-3 area. Who won test? We licking off shots in the west. We make believers out the best. Lay the weak to rest. Who won test? We licking off off shots in the west. We make believers out the best. Who want to test? We licking off shots in the west. We make believers out the best. Lay the weak to rest. Who want to test? We licking off shots in the west. We make believers out the best. Lay the weak to rest. Who want to test? We licking off shots in the west. We make believers out the best. Lay the weak to rest. Who want to test? We licking off.
All right, this has been really tough. So I've been flying through so far, just making some notes, as you've obviously seen. That's inside the mix. So I have my kind of favorites so far what I've been listening to, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just take a listen to the vocals without the mix and just try and pull out some information, and then we'll do a full reveal, right?
We make believers out the best, lay the weak to rest. This Southern California ain't no place like this. And after stuff y'all doing, we created the shit. Who won test? We licking off shots. Who won test? We licking off shots in the west. We make who won test? We licking off shots in the west. We make believers. Who won test? We licking off shots in the west. We make believers out the who won test? We licking off shots in the west. We make believers out the best, lay the weak to rest. Who won test? We licking off shots in the west. Who won test? We licking off shots in the west.
All right. Okay, so we've gone through all those little recording pieces there. This is actually more difficult than I thought it was ever gonna be. My goodness. So I've came through with my 3 favorite mics out of these. I mean, not one of these mics sounds exactly how I like my mic sound to be. I like mine to be a little bit more warm, but still that modern clarity at the edge. Whereas all these kind of didn't lack something. I feel like they would need a bit of EQing as they go in the mix for it to be what I personally favor when I listen to things. But in my order, I have gone for microphone D as my favorite out the bunch. I've gone for microphone C as my next in line, and then microphone E as my third in line. I bet microphone D, the best one to my ears, is going to be the most affordable. I just got a feeling, because, you know, whatever. Right, so how do we do the big reveal right now? Do we just select, can't hit mystery mic. Do we select the back to normal mode? Ah, right, so now we can see what was going on. So the original order that was there, so the order that we got now, so the D, or my favorite to listen to, was the Lewitt 240 Pro. I'm pretty happy with that, like, to be honest. My second favorite microphone was the Sontronics, I believe, which is the C. Is that the order that we had it in? Yeah, I mean, that's a nice sounding microphone. I'm surprised that didn't go number 1 for me. But yeah, the Lewitt, the Sontronics, 2 really, really nice microphones. And then my last favorite was E, which was the Rode, right? The Rode NT1A. So my top liners that I enjoyed the most was the Lewitt, the Sontronics, and the Rode. Yeah, I think that's the order that I had it in. I can't remember how it looked on the screen, but I think that was the order that I had it in. So yeah, it's a really fun website to use. So if we do keep order, let's do that right now. So I wish it showed it. I might have to go back and just see what we had there. Well, I can have a look at the notes now. So what we can do further, if we actually take a look here, we can click on some information here. So click to edit. I'm sure we had some information on these. No? Ah, great. What we can also do is take a look at the actual frequency response of every single microphone, which is pretty handy. So we can select the Lewitt, for instance, which is the orange line we're seeing right now across the board. So we can see it's a fairly flat response. It does take a little bit of a dip down there, which is kind of where I was asking for a bit more warmth. That's kind of the area it drops down. And then it kind of keeps very similar to the rest of them, but then it spikes up around here at about 8,000 hertz. And it tells you here all the other microphones, what they're doing in that same area, which is pretty incredible. We go to the Sontronics, and you see the Sontronics overall is a pretty nice, natural sounding microphone. There's not much emphasis in any particular area there. That's pretty interesting. I thought this would have collected the notes that I had, right? I thought that's where I put it. Never mind. And what we can do here is if we take a look down, we can actually see all the information about every single microphone, what size diaphragm it has. If it's a 1 inch, it's a 17 millimeter on the Louis, which is kind of surprising to me, but oh well. We can tell if it's a cardioid mic, if it's got different pickup patterns and stuff like that. It's noise to, it's self-noise ratio. So the self-noise of the Louis is 19, 18 is not reported. Self-noise on the NT1A is incredible at 5 dBA, absolutely incredible. But yeah, this is a crazy website to check out. If we go into the basket here, it should show us all local places to buy these microphones to us. I must be in Germany. Okay, so there you have it, my new favorite website for checking out microphones that I'm potentially going to buy. It's one of my little hobbies. Buying microphones, testing microphones, seeing what sounds the nicest on my voice. I don't know, I just enjoy doing that. Like, even if I'm not gonna use that particular microphone for a song that I'm working or anything like that, I just like to hear what my voice sounds like across different microphones. With that said, if there's any microphone companies out there that want me to review their microphones, I think it might suit my voice, then hit me up, you know where to find me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you are looking for a new microphone, before you go and spend on the mic, before you watch all those reviews where they might slate it or be too happy about it, maybe jump on here and just take a listen to it with your own ears, pick out what you think sounds best in your price range, and then see what reviews are talking about that particular mic, whichever was the best one for you. All right, catch you in the next one.